Well, over a year later, and I'm finally back to talk about sliders. Got distracted. Didn't mean for it to take over a year. It was November of 2021, the last time I talked about sliders on this channel, and I've been trying to get back to it, but there's other things that came up. After that was trying to do DC December, that failed, and then I just never went back to it. There are several times I wanted to, never did, but here we are, season 4 of Sliders. Sit down. And the reason I'm going back to do this is because I want to do a new series after finishing The Flash. It's not going to be Arrow. I kind of want it to be Legends, but also I want to do Heroes. I don't know. Legends would be easier to do their shorter seasons. We shall see. Boom, boom, boom. But I want to finish up Sliders so I can be free of any serious attachment that I have. And you're saying, Scotty, it's been a while, but then weren't you doing Buffy and Angel and Jess and Power Rangers at one point too? Power Rangers is going to get fully rebooted at some point. I lost track of doing this. I have to sit and watch those though, because when I was doing off memory, and once I got done with Turbo, I was like, those are probably the shittiest reviews for Power Rangers seasons. I'm going off of memory. So, and now that I have new format, I kind of want to redo some stuff in this new background, this new setup. Those are all from years ago, like my first and second year of YouTube. I want to redo Angel. I only did one season of Buffy, so I don't have much to redo with that, but I'm going to do Buffy first. Down the line. It's not going to be right away. And when I'm done with Buffy, then I'm going to do Angel so that it's, because the problem with Angel is I was doing good. I was kicking out Angel. I was doing the seasons, and I got season 5, and I go, shit, I can't talk about season 5 of Angel without talking about the final season of Buffy. So I had to go back, and I started to do Buffy, and then I stopped. But here we are with Sliders season 4. And after I did season 3, how bad that was, I needed a break. But I'm back. Okay? And over a year later, I'm back. It's now 2023 as I'm recording this. And it's been a while. But I am back with season 4 of Sliders. I keep saying that. But and so, where were we? Where did we end up? The show was canceled. That's right. The show was canceled by Fox. It was done. All the tweaks and changes, all the behind-the-scenes problems, they were done. Fox was done. They got rid of it. The show was canceled. Little budding show at the time, Sci-Fi Channel, picked it up. When I say picked it up, they didn't just take the show and continue airing episodes. No. They revamped the show. This isn't like when, to go back to Power Rangers again, this isn't like when Power Rangers went from being on Fox Kids to ABC Kids, all right? Then it's not even like when Buffy went from WB to UPN, because they kind of had this. It was the same. This is a big shift from what they did. They're no longer going through movies to go, oh, what if we did an episode like that? Like, what if we did an episode like Species? What if we did an episode like this, episode like that? They go back to basics, but they also sci-fi it. They make it science fiction-y in a way. It's a big kind of a reboot type to the show. And as such, there are some losses. With the wins, you gotta have the losses. So, Sabrina Lloyd, who played Wade Wells, is gone. She's gone from the show. Her character makes an appearance in season 5, sort of. But I don't think it's the same actress. So she's gone. And so we have start the season with 3 characters. So where we left off, they thwarted Rickman. They took his timer. Wade and Remy slid in front and slid before the other 2. And Quinn and Maggie stayed behind. But they were forced to slide when Rickman and his people were coming after him. And Rickman dived off the freaking cliff, so he's probably dead, and if not, he's still stuck on that world. But Quinn and Maggie did not slide back to Earth Prime. Something got, jostled around, and something with the timer didn't send them there. So we pick up a few months later, I'm assuming, and they're on another Earth, running from some people that really explain, where Quinn's double on that Earth did something. And he's like, okay, I think I got it this time. And she goes, he said that the last few times. And they slide back to Earth Prime. They're on Earth Prime. Maggie starts to have breathing problems like before, but it quickly subsides because we gotta quickly get over that hump. Like we said, oh, they can. What happens when they get to Earth Prime and she can't breathe? Well, they quickly, fix that by saying, oh, maybe since there's two things here. Either since she was sliding on multiple worlds, her lungs got used to it, or the pollution is worse on Earth Prime now than her Earth. But we find out that it may be worse because the Cro-Mags, minor villains from one episode in season 2, are now back as the main antagonists for at least this season. They pop up here and there during this season, during the travels. The Cro-Mags. That's right, the Cro-Magnon humans hybrid species that are highly evolved that look prehistoric, And yeah, they're back. They're the big villains, and they've taken over Earth Prime, right? And so they go to reconvene at the Chandler Hotel, where they meet two rebels. One of them, played by Sandra Hess of Mortal Kombat Annihilation, the greatest Mortal Kombat movie ever made. I'm being sarcastic. Yeah, she was the Sonya Blade in that one, but she is one of the rebels here, and they inform Quinn and Maggie that Wade and Remy were working at the hotel. Rembrandt was a singer, Wade was a waitress, which the only thing I've seen this show so many times, and it always baffles me, but the only thing I can ever think of is that they didn't realize they were on Earth Prime. They didn't really believe they were on Earth Prime, or otherwise they'd go back to their normal lives. Or they were so set on waiting for the other two to come back before going back to their lives. Which is a change, because sometimes when people get separated, they go back to their normal lives or start normal lives. Like you watch Supernatural, there are times like, spoiler alert for Supernatural, but at the end of season 5, Sam dies because he takes a jump into Lucifer's cage in hell, and so Dean starts having a normal life, and vice versa. At the end of season 7, when Dean goes into purgatory and Sam can't find him, Sam rightfully starts living a normal life. A lot of people say that it was mean of Sam to not try to look for him. They're on Dean's side, but he had no idea where to start. He couldn't find him. There's nothing else to do but start a normal life, right? Just saying. And he wasn't really having a normal life during the season 4, I guess. But I'm just saying. So yeah, they stayed there to Chandler, not going back to their normal lives for some reason. But then the aliens invaded. I need to do a retro rewind for Gramps. That's just. I need to do a whole string of retro rewinds for cartoons. But it is what it is. Or what a cartoon, I should say. But yeah, so the Cro-Mags invaded, and they're not actually aliens though. I guess that was kind of stupid of me. But the Cro-Mags invaded and took over Earth Prime. So Quinn, Maggie, and the two rebels mount an attack or a mission to save Remy. When they get there, though, of course he doesn't believe it's them because the Cro-Mags mess with his mind, but Quinn's able to convince him, and they can't find Wade. She's on a breeding. She's been sent to a breeding planet, but on trying to get out, Quinn gets taken, and this is where we get the big retcon. It's a make or break moment. I'm cool with it because it kind of adds stuff to the mythology. It's a bit hard to swallow maybe for some fans, but it's a big retcon. Okay, so he's in the containment unit when they let his mom in. Played once again by Linda Henning. And she comes in and she starts talking to him. He doesn't believe her at first, but he tries to tell her the truth. That he is not her son. he is in fact from another Earth. That's right, his parents were Sliders who sent Quinn to Earth Prime to protect him while they figured out a way to defeat the Cro-Mags on their Earth. And so they sent them with their doubles, and they say they're duplicates, on Earth Prime to protect him. And but they came back later to get him, and they had told the duplicates that Quinn had died because they had grown so attached they couldn't get rid of him. So they hit him, said he died. Of course, he doesn't believe this, but then she cuts into her arm and pulls out this little thingy and says, you put this on your forehead and you watch this when you're alone. The team rescues him, and Quinn wants to rescue his mom, but there's no time, and Rembrandt knocks him the fuck out. And then they go to the hotel room, and he wakes up and says, what hit me? I did. By the way, Rembrandt's mustache is gone now. Prayers for Rembrandt's mustache. Much like Tom Atkins in The Fog, he will have less power. Still Rembrandt, though. He still got that voice. Cry like a man. Anyway, so he puts the thing on his forehead, right? And he finds out not only was he sent to be protected, but he has a brother named Colin, played by Charlie O'Connell, Jerry O'Connell's real-life brother, which actually is sort of a plot hole because Jerry O'Connell was in a couple of earlier episodes, kind of getting the cameo roles, and he wasn't Colin. He could be Colin's double with different names, I guess. I don't know. It's really weird. It's really weird. But, yeah. And so, the two of them get together and they're supposed to be able to have the coordinates to find their Earth. The Earth that they're from. So, even though they say they're going to come back to Earth Prime, the journey is now to find their Earth. So they're no longer trying to find Earth Prime, even though they should be trying to save Earth Prime. But, you know, it's the whole thing. But they're now trying to find Colin. And even though they... Oh, by the way, he gets the vision thing of the duplicates of his parents. And, well, I can get replacing the actor who played his dad. He was only in a couple episodes, I think. Like the end of the first the pilot, and then he was in like an episode where he betrayed them for technology, I think. They recast him, but then in the same episode that I have Linda Henning replies her role as Quinn's mom. In this weird thing, it's a different actress, and it's like, wait, what? And I get sometimes doubles don't look the same, and you know you can say, well, sometimes they recast actors. But this is the same episode. We saw Linda Henning, and they even said that they're duplicates that look just like him, and yet they don't look anything. She doesn't look anything like her. So I don't know. It's very confusing. And so they're off to find Colin, which takes four or five episodes left. The episode "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" of course, where they find him on an Amish world, and they tell him, they find the thing, it's hidden in a watch or something, and put it to his head so that he can find out the truth. And they jump to another Earth that is similar, but it's not Amish, but it has the same people. They're doubles of the people that they know, and they're running this scam for body parts, I think it is. It's really weird. It's really weird. There are some episodes in between that I really didn't. Prophets and Lost, this one is an organized religion episode. Not really a big fan. Common Ground, where the Cro-Mags conduct experiments. That's where you have like Cro-Mag human hybrid people. That's a really weird one. Virtual Side, this businessman uses virtual reality, and they also try to get her to reveal the secret to sliding. It's a little subterfuge, but you know. World Killer is a good one though. You start with this too. World Killer is a good one. They land on an Earth where there's no one there, and they find out that Quinn's double accidentally activated a slide machine and slid everyone on the planet Earth to another Earth. And so they use their timer to slide to that Earth. They figure out a way to, or they use the slide machine to go to that Earth and find that there's like double people and stuff like that, and they want to get everyone back to where they belong. It's a pretty good episode. Then you get Well Brother, We're Out There. I mentioned that one. Just Say Yes. Oh yeah, Just Say Yes is an episode where not doing drugs is illegal. Yeah, it's an episode where they get everyone is on some kind of drug. It has a guest spot for J. August Richards from Angel. Funny I mentioned that. But yeah, everyone is on something, and if you're not on something, it's illegal. It's a weird episode. It's a really weird episode. The Alternateville Horror. Oh, it's an episode where there's like ghosts, but they're actually alternate versions of the sliders. That's actually pretty cool. Slide Cage, meh, bit mixed. It's one where they find the coordinates, but of course because it's on the middle of the season, there's something in the way. So it's a slide cage preventing them from getting to their homeworld. So they're trying to find a way around it. It's fine. Asylum. This is the one where Quinn gets injured, they slide, and Rembrandt, of course, is seducing a woman who is the doctor who can help Quinn, but it turns out she sided with the Cro-Mags during the Cro-Mag War, so she's like a wanted, yeah, she's wanted for that, and it, yeah, California Reich. Yeah, that's a racist episode. That's not what I want to talk about. The Dying Fields. Eden-like setting hides a fearful secret when the sliders stumble across two Humags. Park Cro-Mag. Oh no, this is the one with the human Cro-Mag hybrids. I don't know. What was the other one then? I don't know. Lipschitz Live. Oh yeah, that's a reality TV world. That one's really weird. Mother and child instinct causes breeding camp. Oh yeah, they help an escapee with a half Cro-Mag baby. That's a decent one. Net worth. Sliders is put in a world addicted to internet, addicted world, and caught up in a dangerous romance between an online girl and an officer. Is that the one? An offliner. Yeah, that's the one that has the guy from Saved by the Bell, the new class, season 2. Michael Oliver? No. Christian Oliver. Michael Oliver is the problem child. That's the one where he's the offliner and he's got this romance, kind of like Romeo and Juliet thing with this girl who is like connected to the internet, and there's like two different sides. Basically like rich and poor. That's actually a pretty good episode. Slide by Wire. Military experience. I think that's the one where Maggie's husband comes back. Data World, the Slider of Grandma's Hotel, Strict Worlds of Decorum. Mostly idyllic retreat has scanned them. They find themselves encrypted in a computer program they can't escape. It's another virtual reality one. Way Out West. The spirit of the West is alive and kicking when the sliders land in the Old West with their own nemesis, Mr. K. Mr. K is one of the Cro-Mags in the Slide Cage episode. He lands in this Western world, and he's sort of a space cowboy type, not space, but like he's sort of alien space thing. It's definitely a decent episode. My Brother's Keeper. Quinn's body is not his own when the sliders arrive in a world that is expected to act as an organ donor for his injured double. That's right, injured double. His double is injured, and they do clones. They clone them and they take the organs, and so they think that he's a clone, and then the sliders end up with the clone, and so they're all messed up because they get separated, but they have the cloned Quinn, and Quinn, the real Quinn, is with them, with the organ donor people. I remember that one. Yeah, that one's pretty cool. I watched through these, but they blur together sometime. The Chasm, serene town of Middletown, has a deadly secret, a human sacrifice that threatens to claim Rembrandt and Maggie. That one is vague to me. I don't remember that one. Visual Slide forces Quinn and Maggie to prematurely age. This is the one. This is the one. They age. They have a kid, and they, but it's a virtual reality thing. It's not real. It's a bubble universe thing where it's like they grow old together. They have a kid, but it's not real, and then they have to live with that. There's only one episode left, and it was the last episode to have Quinn and Colin in. But an aging sci-fi writer helps Quinn and Colin rescue their birth parents, but the warm family unit is not what it seems. They think they find their birth parents, and they go back to their Earth, It's an Earth that fought the Cro-Mags and found a cure to face the Cro-Mags, but it's not their Earth. It's instead they're sort of evil people who treat the Cro-Mags like slaves, and it's not their Earth. And so at the end, they slide off of a train, and they say, we're going to have to keep searching. And that's the end of the season. Okay? That's the end of the season. Yeah, because there will be some switching again, because Jerry O'Connell would leave the series after this, and with him, he would take Charlie O'Connell, his brother, will go with him, leaving only 2 behind, which means they need 2 new cast members when season 5 comes in. And oh boy, if you think bringing a more sci-fi edge with Cro-Mags and alien stuff, and he's from another Earth type stuff, oh, you're not going to believe what they do to the character in the next season. It's just, but season 4 is actually pretty good. It's better than season 3. Right now, I would rank maybe 1, 2, 4, 3. I think 3 is always going to be the worst, but 1 and 2 were still some of the best stuff that's out there. I miss the Professor. I wish they could have got him back for a cameo or something, or some kind of, And yes, the whole, is there, was it the real Professor left behind? Was it the fake one? It's never answered, because they just sort of ignored everything, really. If you think about it, other than mentioning Wade, they don't really talk about much of what happened. They do a little bit of stuff in the first couple episodes, but they don't really mention anything from the previous episodes, if you really think about it. So, yeah. And even in next season, when they talk about it, it's really stuff from this season. So, yeah. So what are your thoughts on Sliders Season 4? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.